Hey everybody and welcome back. I am the Seven Swords and we are, well, I was expecting that this episode would have been at the top of High Hrothgar. We are actually far from High Hrothgar. See High Hrothgar, at least I think that's High Hrothgar, but we are far from it. We actually came back to the farm. The reason we came back to the farm was I decided to go grab Gillard, who's currently apparently standing out from under the rain, or standing out of the rain underneath the awning of the house. Um, Basically, the way I see it is she ran back to the. He went back to his family's tomb and talked with him for a while. Explained the situation that she has this farm that she's doing. She's going to use it for brewing her potions and stuff like that. And she might even get some animals and stuff like that. But she needs somebody to take care of it while she's working. And he basically jumped on the idea. He said, "Sure." Um, I brought him here. I will admit I did a bunch of fast traveling. I went back to Iverstead, fast traveled to the family tomb, grabbed him, fast traveled here, and then had him, um, asked him if he wanted to work here, and he said sure. So he's going to be our steward for here. He's going to run the place. We are going to do some upgrades. We're gonna do a we can do some upgrades. We can basically fix up the house. Well, fix up the area around the house, and we can purchase from him stuff for the house itself. But we're gonna need this blacksmith's workshop. That's gonna be the first one we're gonna want because you can basically make most of the other stuff there. Which we need quarried stone, an iron hinge, or iron fittings, a hinge, firewood, and some iron ingots. We have none of that stuff. When I first played through this, the quarried stone was the worst part because I had no idea where to get quarried stone. Oh, apparently I don't have an axe. Good thing there's one here. I didn't know where to get quarried stone, and I went all the way to Rorikstead and I ended up having to look it up online. Went all the way to Rorikstead to get quarried stone, and quite literally, as I was talking about this, the reason I stopped all of a sudden is I can see quarried stone from where we're currently chopping wood. I don't know how to feel about that. I feel like an idiot. That's how I feel about that. Uh, Sarah, Sarah. Okay, then that was weird. Wow. Okay, so there's quarried stone right here. Uh, we need quite a bit of this for the stuff, but I'm not going to pick up a ton of it right now because we're gonna head back to Clockwork. Um, I mostly will only be using fast travel off camera, and that's only to go back to places we've already been. And it'll only be what's going to be basically off camera because I don't want the big thing about traveling on camera is like I can talk to you guys, I can show you guys what I'm doing. We can run into random encounters like the bad woman or vampires or something like that. If I'm if I'm able to fast travel, I might as well fast travel. Is how I feel about it. And I can't stop myself. I can't. Survival mode's not working, so I'm not going to sit here and not fast travel. But what we are going to do next is I'm going to switch over to Clockwork Castle's teleportation again. I know this will get rid of our market Iverstead, but that's fine. When we decide to go back to Iverstead to finally go up to the start of the world, if we go do that, when we do that, she will just have to walk there again, which is fine. As far as the supplies, she's probably thrown them in her backpack and forgot about them at this point. Alright, we needed iron ingots, a hinge, and some iron fittings, which all can be made. Which I'm pretty sure we have iron in the workroom. If not, I think I just saw that clock jump. Makes sense, but I don't think I've ever seen it do that. I just stop and talk to him a lot when I come by just to make sure that there's nothing he has that I want. I don't need to really buy any more pelts, though. I have a lot of pelts. I'll buy the Greater Soul Gem, though. I'll also buy the iron ingots just in case we don't have any. I know we have some, but I'd rather have extras, especially since eventually we're going to get to the point of crafting stuff. I'm not going to cut this out. I'm going to show you guys me upgrading the farm and on the parts for it. It's part of the content, and I do feel like it would be kind of in poor taste to remove it. And plus, it's not going to take us long. Mostly, I'm just working on getting the blacksmith up and running. Once we have the blacksmith up and running, I'm going to want to build the workers' house and then hire the workers. But getting the blacksmith up and running was the first major goal for me. Because then we can make all the other upgrades. It's also something I feel like every farmstead should have, because you're going to have to repair your tools, you're going to have to work on your stuff. Ooh, and apparently we can do the exterior decorations as well. Alright, bunkhouse needs straw, a lock, nails, and more firewood. Okay. I like how it replaces the thing with a well. That old hollowed out stump with a well. And then you have like planter boxes here, you can put more plants in. Right now, these are the plants that I'm growing. As you guys saw before, it's the swamp thing, the imstool, some wheat, a bunch of some blisterwort, and a bunch of the carnivorous roots. I might not remember to come back here often, but I'll try to remember to come back here, especially now that we have a steward, which he's probably over there sleeping. Like I said in my head, I don't know if I said this on camera or if I said this, I just said this off camera and thought about saying it. Basically, in character, Sarah has basically told him, "Hey, you can sleep in the house when I'm not using it. I have my own mansion that I sleep at. I just need you to run this place. You can sleep in the house since I won't be needing it." And that's basically where I have it be that he's at, because I don't see Sarah being like, "You have to sleep over there on that mat," even before I can get the place built. It's probably going to be a situation of him being like, "No, I can't sleep in your bed," and probably choosing to sleep over there anyways. But it would make Sarah want to get it set up even further. I thought I had the mill already, and I forgot that that's something you have to repair. Let's see, what do I need to repair the mill? Stuff I can get without thing. I just need 2 iron fittings. Let's get that real quick, because I think I can use the mill to make the straw. If not, I might have to go buy straw. No, not the arrows. I wonder if you can get like a mine and they produce iron ore for you. Don't really know. I've not really done much with Skyrim and its new mechanics. Alright, let's see. I think this makes it to where you can make straw with this. I think you can turn wheat into straw here. We need 3, so hopefully we can. Yes, we can. 1, 2, and sadly that's going to cut into our wheat supply. I might grow wheat in the. I almost thought I said weed supply. That'd be an interesting mod to add to Skyrim. I guarantee there's a mod out there that lets you do drugs. I know there's a drug dealer mod. I've seen people play it before, but I don't know if there's one that lets you create drugs. I wouldn't be surprised. We need a lock and 2 nails. See, this is why I like crafting this first, because now we can just craft everything here. Technically, I could always head back to... Oh, crap. The lock needs corundum, and I don't have any corundum on me. Yep. I could always head back to the place to get it, and I guess that's what I'll do. I know that it would be requesting for a mod to be, but I kind of wish there was a way to get a terminus built there and like have a button like right here. But we're gonna have to go get some corundum, which we could probably buy some corundum from Lahar, but I think he only had what do you call it? I think he only had the ore. I don't think he had any ingots on him. I don't think he had any ingots for sale. We'll go ahead and make it here since we're here and we have a place here. Do I not have any corundum? Uh-oh. Corundum's not something I carry around very often because it's very rare that I ever need it. Oh no. I don't have any corundum. Oh. Lahar. Lahar. And I wish there was a bell you could ring and he'd come running. Be actually really cool. Be like a butler. He's basically like a butler. He's more of a housekeeper, but let's do a trade.
Here is what I have access to.
I also wish you could like be like, hey, I'm hungry. Can you give me some food? And he'd get you food. I mean, again, like I said, I understand why it doesn't buy all this stuff. I'm not interested in it right now. You have 3 corundum. Good. All right. Let's go make the corundum here since I know I need the lock. Ooh, that was a weird audio glitch. Don't know if that got picked up on the recording. Don't worry about it. If it did, I apologize. And now you make the lock. Nope, not that one. Ooh, that was close. I actually am almost out of iron. Probably need to do another shopping run around Skyrim.
Is there something I can do?
Just so I can go and grab more ore, more crafting materials.
Is there anything I can do to help?
I like him. I like Lahar. He seems like he's always wanting to help. He's always wanting to be useful. I do believe that he has this like huge backstory that's like I believe what Lamashtu told us, that he's like the father of the Gilded, and like he's like this like Dwemer genius, and he just doesn't remember it. All right, so now we have the bunkhouse. The other things we need to build are the animal pens, the apiaries, and the stable. The stable's not too big for me. The apiary is not too much of a worry for me. And the animal pens is not so much of a worry for me right now. I mostly just wanted to get the workhouse finished, so that Giller has somewhere to stay. I almost said Lydia. I'm used to it being Lydia because I usually throw Lydia in here. But I didn't want to throw her in here for this one. Hey, wake up.
Fancy robes. You a wizard or something?
I'd like to hire some farmer hands.
I'll see to it at once.
And then, I would like new furnishing for the house.
What room would you like me to furnish?
Probably just gonna end up furnishing it all for no apparent reason whatsoever except to have it.
Very good.
So, alchemy
Is there
enchanting
anything
lab.
else you need? I think you'll want a stable before... Of course. What room would you like me... Very good.
Build the kitchen.
Is there anything else you need?
We're basically gonna
Of
get
course.
everything probably.
What room would you like me to furnish?
Dining area.
Is there anything else you need? You'll need to build a pen for it, of course. What room would... Very good. Is there anything else you need? Of course. What What room would you like me to furnish?
I wish there was an option just to do the remaining, and it calculated it and put it all together. Library and
good.
display room.
Is there anything
I
else
actually
you
have not seen this house on the inside after getting the upgrades. I will try to go inside.
need? What room would you like
I
me
will
to
say
furnish?
that there was one playthrough that I did. Place my library room with a child's bedroom. Actually, no.
Very good.
Go with a master bedroom.
Is there
I didn't
anything
realize
else
that
you
that
need?
was going to happen, but that's fine.
Of course. What room
She's
would
not-
you like me to... Very good, ma'am.
Not interested in kids right now, so she's not super worried about it. Go take a look. Not super worried about it because she's not worried about having kids yet, but she might eventually look into adopting or something like that eventually. So we're gonna take a look inside. If it crashes and destroys my recording, I will be slightly upset, but then again, I'll just bring you guys back to explain that you lost 15 minutes recording due to the crash. No crash. Oh, now we have a bunch of food in here. We have a nice kitchen with options of salt, an oven, our display room and library, which is nice. Choose shrine. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that was an option. Akatosh, Arcade, Debella, Julianos, Kennerith, Mara, Stender, Talos, Zenithar. I wish I could say never mind. Oh, there we go. I want to save because we're going to say Kennerith right now because we're currently following Kennerith. This place that cannot. No, okay, so no. I'm not going to put a shrine yet because I really haven't decided who she follows as her patron divine, and I don't want to place the divine down and then regret it later. I kind of find it interesting that it only does the 9 divine. Then again, I guess that kind of makes sense since those are the only ones that actually have function in Skyrim. I kind of wish you could choose to do like a Daedra. One of these you can like, I think it's the pantry cupboard. They'll actually put like milk and stuff if you have like goats and stuff. But, check out the master bedroom. Not bad. Not bad. I wouldn't say I'm impressed, and she's definitely not going to stay here, but it's definitely not a bad setup. Gold. No reason to leave it sitting there. I wonder if that's for like coats and stuff. I don't know. Gentleman's Guide to Skyrim and a bunch of other books. We'll leave the books here for now. And then a strong box. I don't know if the farm makes money. I don't know if you can actually make money from this or anything like that. I just know that, like, I think them working here makes the crops grow faster. The reason why I wanted them here. Basically what you're missing when I'm off camera dealing with the crops and choosing my crops and what I'm going to be planting is me doing this. And then basically just having to do that multiple times. I'm not going to do the rest because the rest are going to be wheat. Because I want wheat and blister warp. I want healing stuff mostly. The others are for paralysis. I think paralysis is also relatively useful. And I think she'll end up using it eventually. The other reason why we're here is that the mud crab we're supposed to defeat for Florky's Trials of Kinnereth that she's doing right now is in this area. And she's going to go hunt down that mud crab. I'm not planning on having her run all over Skyrim right now looking for these things. It's going to be an as she's in the area kind of thing, but I wanted to knock out at least one. Kind of get an idea of what this is all about. Because I don't remember... I feel like I've heard of this quest before, but I don't remember ever actually doing it. If I did do it, I've forgotten it. But I remember, I think I did this quest once because I was looking for like, I wanted to roleplay a hunter in Skyrim, and this was a quest that was like, you should do that. I thought that was a mammoth with a freaking magic effect. That is one of the biggest crabs I think I've ever seen in my life. Holy crap, that's a big crab. Um, you know what? I'm gonna put an arrow in it and see what happens. I hate it when they do that. How? I am completely stealthed. How does it know I'm here? How did it dodge my arrow? Oh, big crab. I'm gonna roast you alive and serve you with butter. Okay, it wasn't as strong as I was expecting. But holy crap. At least I got ghostly remains from it. So there is something to this. That was probably the other reason she wanted to do it. She wanted to see if there was actually anything to this whole challenge. It's not that she didn't trust the guy, it's just the fact that it's like she's heard of superstitions like this before where it's like the nine, where like people have their own thoughts on the nine. And whether or not they're real usually varies. It said it was that they were an adventurer. Bounty juvenile mud crab. Interesting. There's a bounty on juvenile mud crabs. What? Bounty juvenile mud crab. After hanging up my sword and bow to live a quieter life, I decided to study the lives of habitats of mud crabs and riften fishery. It's my hope that one day we might breed mud crabs, much like we do fish. If only everyone else at the fishery shared my interest. I am in search of a juvenile mud crab so that I may study its growth. These young mud crabs rarely leave the water, so I now need an independent fisherman to catch one. They can be caught in almost all lakes and streams throughout Skyrim, though a breeding ground is said to be in Whiterun West, Broken Fang Cave. Please make haste. I must show progress in my research as soon as possible. Okay then. It's like an actual quest, or is this just a, like... Is this just like a... There's other things... Holy... Oh, okay, I get it now. Huh, that's interesting. I wonder if that's why that dead giant crab is here, because it's supposed to be the guardian crab that I just killed. Spirit of it or something. Oh, yeah, I had a feeling you guys were up here. I saw you guys pop up on my compass earlier. Come on. No, don't get behind me. Stop trying to get around me. I just remember we have a point to spend, and I'm probably going to spend it on increasing my fire damage. I'm starting to use a lot of fire. Alright, let's take a look at that. We already went up once in fire. We could do another one, which fire spells effects cast to others are 30% more powerful based on target's missing health percentage. And then we have Scarring Burns. Fire spells reduce fire resistance of their target by 20% for 5 seconds. That actually sounds really useful. We're going to go with that. We're at 91 destruction. She's nearly mastered the destruction skill. Not a surprise with the fact that she is a mage. I guess I really haven't been giving her much credit. She has been going around Skyrim doing a lot of work. She is also level 31, so that's pretty impressive, all things considered, for a mage who ended up here for no reason. What is that I'm seeing? There's like this, like right here. There's like this, like glowing. Is that the? Oh, yeah, that's just a crab. That's the crab that I killed. What's next? Could go to Solitude and keep this Cowl quest going. We could go to Dawnstar and kill the Guardian Skeever. We could go to um, Volcreath and kill the Guardian Wolf. Or we could head to... there's another option that I'm considering right now, mostly because she wants more power, and one of the greatest ways to gain power is to become an influential member in a group, and a group of strong warriors would be a good option. If she goes back to not Riften, if she goes back to Whiterun, I called Whiterun Riften Whiterun yesterday, or earlier today when I was recording earlier. I don't know why I keep doing that. But if she goes back to Whiterun, silver ingots, satchel, book, thing, and a statue to Zenithar. Zenithar's another option. I gotta figure out which of the 9 she would worship. I know that she does believe in all of the 9, which is why this is probably a hard decision for me, because she would, if it was up to her, she would just do all 9 of the divine. I get why you can't have all 9 of the divine in there. I also have to think about what would be the benefit of having one particularly there. Like, take a look at what is Zenithar's benefit? What is the blessing of Zenithar? I know it has something to do. I think it has something to do with trade and commerce. Blessing of Zenithar, fortify barter by 10%. So that would be useful, but not exactly necessary. I don't know. I could do Stendar, but I don't know. I don't know if she follows Stendar. Like, the problem with it is, like, one of her biggest issues is that she's a werewolf. She's a vampire. She's not a werewolf yet. She will be a werewolf eventually. The reason why the group I'm thinking about having her join is the Companions, because that is part of the storyline that is like a key to her story. I'm basically, the truth about this is that I'm basically taking what was supposed to be Elizabeth's story, or Lizzie's story, and I'm giving it to Sarah, because I've realized at this point I probably should have just done Lizzie from the start, but I don't want to just scrap this and go back, because the only difference is Lizzie's a lot more headstrong. She wouldn't need the bitter cup to push her in this direction. She'd just do it because she wants power. She has always been power hungry. She's always been one for trying to obtain power. Which she's just basically the female version of Soric, who's my other character that I talked about once. Who I did through Cyrodiil in Oblivion. But yeah, I'm under the impression that she's just going to, that it would just be the same playthrough, just with a different character's name, and their personalities might differ a little bit, and I don't want to start over from the beginning. I remember this shrine. This was the shrine we came to before we went and ended up teaming up with the Alakir. Probably brings up some bad memories for her. She probably wishes she could change things. I also tried something. I tried to kill the Alakir leader in my playthrough off camera to see if I could kill him and then free Sadia, and basically tell Sadia that, like, I was trying to trick the Alakir so I could get just their leader by themselves, so I didn't have to fight the entirety of the Alakir. I tried doing it off camera. I ended up killing the leader and Sadia by mistake. Sadia ended up getting hit by my flames while I was trying to kill the Alakir leader. He was still very strong by himself, and I accidentally killed them both. That's why we got the inheritance from him, because his friendship with me got maxed out when we did the quest for him, and then when I killed him, I got the inheritance letter. So that was why we got that. I have a feeling people put that together already. I wasn't trying to hide it. I just, in character, that's not what happened. In character, she let him live, and then now she regrets that, and she's going to regret it probably for the rest of her time. She might even, like, probably want to do something about it, but, like, there's nothing she can do at this point. She made a choice, and she has to live with that. She can't do anything with it. Like, I could see her I could see her pushing even choosing to leave Skyrim and go after him now that she can. Oh, it's that. It's the Guardian's Keeper that I'm seeing. I'm not going all the way out there just yet. I'm just wandering around as I talk at this point, seeing if there's anything interesting out here. I see a Daedric Burrow. Let's go see if we've done that one, and if we haven't, we'll go do it. But what she would basically do is she would want to go after them to try and figure out what was going on now that she can. And with Aetheria's magic, I feel like she would. I feel like she could easily do it. But obviously Skyrim's got limitations. I can't go to Hammerfell, and at this point in the game files, even if I could bring him back, he'd be dead. So there's no point. I might have there be a way to finish their story later. She might have, like, when she's a powerful member of a group, she might have that group figure it out and use resources from that group, because she is I'm planning on her joining pretty much every major group. I'm just gotta order it which I want to do it in, and unless I get pushed in a direction without my say so, I'm not going to go out of that order. And the Companions Guild is the next one for me to do, because it makes sense for her to want to be a companion, because it'll increase her power for one, but it will also give her a chance to prepare herself for fighting against the Dawn Guard should she have to fight them when she goes talk to them. Which, it goes Companions, Dawn Guard, and then I start doing other quests after we finish the Dawn Guard DLC. That's the other reason why I'm kind of avoiding going to High Hrothgar. Once we go there, we'll enter the Dawn Guard, the Dragonborn DLC, and I'm not ready for that yet, so I'm trying to avoid that. Let's head inside. I don't know if this is one of the ones we can do. I know this dungeon. I don't know it. I don't remember it, but I know this dungeon. Is this what Ooh. Hi, guys. I feel like I should be. Sorry if you guys heard that. I breathe like that every once in a while when I'm, like, focusing or trying to prepare for something, and I just remembered I didn't save, but I'm also not too worried about it because of the fact that we just entered this dungeon, which means we'll most likely have a save drop right outside, or right as we walked inside. Heavy Skyforged steel yield. I wonder if that's actually like Skyforged steel. I wouldn't be surprised if it is. Is this really all there is? No, there's got to be more. Then again, it's always possible that there's not, because that's just it. I feel like there's a secret. Because this seems like it opens. Like, there's a couple of those that are like that, but that one feels like it opens, because there's all these pots in the way to make you think it doesn't. Might not be something I can do, though. It might be a quest dungeon that's currently locked. Let's go ahead and grab, I'm gonna put Ankano's ring back on since we don't need the Ring of Ancients. Need to start looking into getting a better ring than Ankano's ring. We've been wearing his ring for far too long. I don't know how she would feel about wearing Ankano's ring for what he did to the Archmage and everything at the college. Alright, I guess that's it. I guess I legitimately cannot do anything here, as far as I can tell. I feel like there should be something there, but I feel like there's something about this dungeon, but I feel like it's something I can't do right now, so we'll have to come back later. Could go to Silent Moon Camp and clear it out again. I think Halted Stream is actually the camp where we have that iron mine we could go to and get a bunch of iron. That's something I'm interested in right now, though. I don't know why I have this killing this bandit leader quest. I wonder if that's a quest I got from picking up a bandit, a bounty here. About 10 minutes left. The episode. We'll start making our way in that direction. Head back down to Falkreath area. Where is the marker not working? Oh, there it is. Couldn't see it because it's behind the main marker. I could always turn the other quest off, but I don't really want to. I think at this point I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna use clockwork as much. I'm gonna start walking to a lot of places, mostly just because of the fact that I feel like we need more. I want to do more. I want to slow the play. I want to slow the let's play down. I want it to be more of a story and less of a game. I want Sarah to be more about the journey and less about the destination. I mean, yeah, the bitter cup kind of makes me want to go the opposite direction, make her really focused and stuff like that. We might go do the bandit, the quest. I think she's got this bounty on her mind right now because, well, she's thirsty. Her thirst for blood has been rising, and she is sick and tired of not having blood. Guess what I could do? We're gonna do. I don't know what this will do because I have not really tested this out a lot, but I feel like we should be fine to use it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the better vampires options. Nope, 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 nope. 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 No. 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 Yes. Alright. So that should let us enthrall people now. And we should be able to make thralls now. And I think she's going to start doing that. I think she's going to start looking for bandit camps, but she's not going to be going there to kill the bandits. She's going there to turn the bandits into her thralls. And I think she's starting to think that she can at least have like a growing army, like a growing military force. I think she realizes she is powerful, but she's one person by herself. She doesn't feel prepared for much. So she wants to start getting friends. And the first step in that is the bandits. She can start turning bandits into useful tools instead of being just ruffians that are causing problems throughout the holds. Obviously, I don't know what this will do. I don't know if the thralls will just despawn. I don't know if they'll stay where I create them and then they'll go around killing the new bandits that show up. I don't know what'll happen because I don't really create thralls all that much in this. Mostly because of the fact that it's I wouldn't say it's a difficult process, it's just one that I would consider tedious. Not bad. I just feel like it's one of those, like, I have to hit them with the calm spell, and then I have to interact with them. I can't turn them into a thrall after I've killed them. And I can't, like, down them and then turn them into a thrall. I have to make them a thrall. I have to pacify them and then make them into a thrall. Not to mention, I don't think they're very useful. Like I said before, I'm kind of expecting them to just kind of show up, be useful for a few minutes, and then die. We'll see. How did I could have sworn I was already at the foot of the root of these mountains, working my way this direction, and then somehow I was way over there. Was I at those mountains? Maybe. Who knows? We'll keep moving. I have how this will go. She'll get these bandits, and she'll probably realize they're not very powerful, and then she'll start to think that it's... Whoa, crap. Hello. Hi, bear. Bear be on fire. Ish. Wondering if what I should do since I have that fire, since I have that fire effect now that makes fire more effective on things that I set on fire, if I should get a sword that does fire damage. If like maybe that's... Remember we do have Dawnbreaker. The only issue with Dawnbreaker right now is I'm undead and so it affects me. Oh. Brigand's versus a troll. I wouldn't have expected that. Mostly doing this for the taproots at this point. Then we'll take a look at the troll. I don't want his skull, I just want his fat and his pelt. The skull is useless to me right now. The troll fat and pelt are eventually useful to me. Probably not right this second, but later. I still don't know where I got this bounty for. I don't know what this bounty is all about. Let's see. Let's look at the... Let's actually look. Oh, it's just a bounty marked. I wonder if I got a bounty in Folkreath and forgot about it. It's always a possibility. That was when we got the wish and the bitter cup and all that. I don't think that this isn't defying the bitter cup. I think the bitter cup is just kind of like, it's not... Consider me superstitious, but this looks like a fairy ring. And if this is a fairy ring and this is Skyrim, I really expected it to teleport me. I really expected like me to get teleported to like another dungeon, like the pit, and just no explanation whatsoever, just kind of automatically there and automatically dealing with it. And it's up this way somewhere. Alright, let's look around and see if we can figure out how to get up there. It's up in the mountains because it's a mine. See? Thought about going into that fort, but I really don't feel like it. I don't want to deal with that place either. It's not like I could. It's not like I don't think I could deal with it. It's that I don't know what I would do with it once I got it because it's another player home. And I really don't need another player home right now. And my play is so we can do the daylight. Shut up. There's part of it, so let's go ahead and just blink our way up there. First I thought it was Stork Stronghold that I broke into. Would have been bad. But it's not. It's the mine. I need health. I hope I have health potion. Fortify health. Oh yeah, wait, we're supposed to be turning these guys into thralls. Stop.
Pick up some. What do you want?
On him first. Nope. I don't know how thralls work. I thought I had just interact with him and I could turn him into a thrall. Maybe I have to use the vampire seduction ability. We'll try that on one of the ones inside. Probably still trying to figure out how to do this. Probably knows she can do it because she probably read about it in a book. But she hasn't tried it up to this point. I'll taunt your boots. Give me more blood. But we will head inside and start dealing with the bandits in the future. I am going to end the episode here. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.